Today I have for you 10 beautiful handmade ornaments, and a few of them are actually oversized ones. So let's get started. We are going to start off the bat with 6 of them. The reason why is because we're going to use 6 of these little wood rounds that I get on Amazon, and I do have them on my Amazon store. So check it out if you would like to purchase them. The link is down below. I'm going to paint them all differently, and they're all going to be inspired by Pinterest wood round signs. You know, the large round signs that you can place on a front door, but we're going to make mini ones as ornaments. So the first one, as you saw, I painted black with Waverly chalk paint in the ink. This one, half of it is going to be kind of like a wash of white and Waverly antiquing wax, and then the other half is going to be painted with what? With white. There you go. Chalk paint. This is the new chalk paint from Walmart. I'm not a fan because it doesn't feel like chalk paint, but for this, it really worked out. For the third one, we are going to mix some Rust-Oleum chalk paint in the charcoal with a little bit of white paint, make it just a little bit lighter, and we're going to paint it all that one same color. Again, we're going to do these mimicking 6 round wood signs that I saw on Pinterest, and in a little bit, I'm going to show you what the originals look like. This fourth one, I am going to paint white. Again, this is that Hello Hobby, I think it's called, chalk paint by Walmart. The fifth one, we are going to just stain using the Waverly antiquing wax and then removing the excess from it, and then of course letting it dry. And then the sixth one, I am going to paint using it paint it using a Rust-Oleum chalk paint in the country gray, and I'm going to let all of them dry. For this first one, we are going to make some stripes, kind of making it look like it's planked, like the original you see right there. And I am using a permanent marker from Dollar Tree. Now, the key to these was to make it as close as possible, but they're not going to be exact. And you're going to notice that because I don't have everything that the originals have, but most of it I do. For the second one here, I'm just going to distress in white a little bit of the edge, just like the original you saw there. This one, we're going to dry brush some white chalk paint, going side to side as you see the original there on the side. And then we're also going to make some planks, lines with a pencil. And I'm barely even like pressing on the pencil. I'm literally just making some light lines, just like the original looks like right there. It looks like it's planked, but it really isn't. And then it's time to start adding some decals on all the wood rounds. So for this first one, we are going to place it right on the right side corner, just like you see the original. For this next one, we are going to place it right in the center, just like you see. And then I did use my Cricut to cut out these little tiny decals, which I thought they were so cute. And then, of course, this black one, we're going to have the red Marian Bright right in the center. And then for this black one, the Merry Christmas is going to go right in the center, just like the original. And the white one is going to be right in the center, just like the original as well. And this one as well. And then I'm going to use my crocodile just to kind of cut out a hole so that we can thread some jute twine right in the center there, and that way be able to hang them. For the first one here, we're going to use some lamb's ear to hot glue on the top, and then we are going to just start adding some ribbon and little things like that to make it look as close as possible to the original.
Let's go outside. We can hang out on the beach without freezing. Yeah, isn't that amazing? In Christmas times, we'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows in the rain.
And we're just about done with this one. And I'm going to show you all of them all together, nicely put. But we're going to move on here to the second one. And it's the black one. And here's the original, what it looked like. And again, we're just going to start with some greenery here that I do have on my Amazon store as well. Don't forget to check out my Amazon store. I'm going to take this Dollar Tree ribbon, make a very cute little bow, hot glue it in the center.
It will always be Christmas.
For the third one, I am going to take some of this buffalo check white and gray ribbon, and I'm going to make another very simple bow, tie in the center with another piece of that same ribbon, and we're just going to add some greenery and just hot glue it just in place. Again, just making it look a little bit closer to the original, but again, not exactly, because it would be pretty impossible to have everything they have, but I think they all turned out pretty close to the original.
Christmas in my heart, and I can promise Santa's coming to visit. No, he wouldn't miss this in Christmas times. Oh, and the sun said it is just getting better on a blanket with the skyline painted.
For this next one, I'm going to take some of this ticking stripe ribbon, which I love. I got it last year at Dollar General, and it is such a cute and very strong ribbon. So again, I made a very simple bow. I'm going to take another one of those greenery picks, cut them in half, hot glue them, and just start hot gluing right on top of the greenery.
Ooh, yeah, that's what we do. We'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow
For this next one, I'm going to take this ticking stripe thicker ribbon, and I'm going to cut it in half, and I'm going to then glue it together to make a longer but thinner ribbon. And then I'm going to make, again, just a very simple bow. This one's going to be just a little bit on the larger side.
the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the Sanctuary.
This little Christmas tree is from Dollar Tree. I'm just going to remove the base and hot glue it right there, and then add a little bell just to finish it off. The next one is going to be this one, and I'm just going to use one of these frosted greenery picks that I already had on hand, cut it in half, hot glue it, and then start placing some ribbon and some decor right on top of them.
It's Christmas in my heart. Here we go. All right. Now this Christmas, we're gonna dance. We're gonna dance, dance, dance. Come on. We're gonna dance, dance, have a good time.
And we are just about done with these, and I think these all turned out so cute. I love that they are mini versions of real wood rounds on Pinterest, and I think they are gorgeous. I love that they're 6. I can even sell them like this in a set, which I think is what I will do if I don't keep them myself. But I think they turn out so beautiful.
All night long, we're gonna dance, dance, and have a good time. I think Santa's gonna come and join us in this song. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling, or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year
For the next ornament, we are going to make a very rustic but cute and cozy little snowman using these 2 wood slices from Artisa. I already had these on hand, but I do have some on my Amazon store, so check it out. Again, it's linked down below. I'm going to join them together using some hot glue as well as a popsicle stick. Hot glue to the back. I did cut off a little bit of the excess because that way it can fit, and just to make it even more secure, I am going to staple it using my electric stapler. I am then going to take this leftover fabric from a tree skirt that I recently pulled apart, and I'm going to cut it into somewhat of a triangle. It doesn't have to be perfect. And I'm going to wrap it around, kind of tilting to the side, a Santa hat style hat. And then I'm going to hot glue it in the back so that way it's nicely secure. And then I am going to kind of tilt it to a side. So I'm going to scrunch it up just a little bit. And then I'm going to kind of tilt it to the side. This is so that the little hat kind of looks like it's been tilted to the side. And then I'm going to hot glue it in place. And that way it'll stay just like that and not lift up. I am then going to take a Dollar Tree dusting mop, and I'm going to cut off just a little bit of a corner and hot glue that right at the end of the little hat. And that way it looks like a little puffy ball. And I think it looks so stinking cute. So now we're going to take some more of that tree skirt, but this is the lining that was underneath the fabric. And I cut out a little piece, and I'm just going to fold it several times and then tie it to his neck like it's a scarf. And then I'm going to kind of like maneuver the little ends and hot glue them so that they stay put. And then after that, I am going to hand draw 3 little dots, and this is going to be like his little like buttons. And then using some regular latex orange paint, I am going to freehand a little carrot nose. I am going to lift up the hat just a little bit. That way it's going to kind of look like it's underneath. And you're not going to see his eyes. His eyes are going to be covered, but I think it's cute anyways. And then, of course, it's an ornament, so we want to make sure that we add a little jute twine to the back. That way we can hang him. And I think this little snowman rustic ornament turned out so cute. Now, let me tell you, if you have even the larger slices, like the ones that are about 7-8 inches, it would look awesome to make snowman that size as ornaments for larger trees. I think it will look really, really cute. But this is the size that I had. I do have some really big ones. I don't want to make that size big ornaments, but I think this one turned out super cute and it's one of my favorites from today. Speaking of oversized ornaments, this is one of them here. I am going to use these little flat dowels that I get on Amazon, and I do have them on my Amazon store. I am also going to take one of these extra large jumbo popsicle sticks. I did cut it in the top like a little V, so it looks like a little pointy. And we're going to make a little tree. So I'm going to speed it up here quite a bit for you. So it's like very repetitive. For basically what I'm doing is I am just putting the dowel right underneath, measuring where I want to cut, leaving about, I don't know, 1/4 of an inch or so, not even, on each side, and then hot gluing all the way to like maybe the middle. Now towards the middle I did add it, or towards the end I added some smaller ones, and you're gonna see it. But it's very simple to make. Once I had it all glued, I am going to brush it with white paint. And this is basically just a dry, like a very rough first coat. It's pretty full coat, but it's not like perfect at all because we are going to be distressing it, dry brushing some Rust-Oleum chalk paint in the country gray.
It was the night before Christmas. I was closing down.
On the bottom part, we are going to start hot gluing some greenery and some embellishments. And I think looks so cute because this is going to serve like almost like it's the bottom of the tree. And I just love the way this one turned out. Anyways, we're going to keep hot gluing some greenery. Again, these are another greenery picks that I do have on my Amazon store. These little red berry ones I did get at Dollar General last year, and I still have like a pick left. So just hot gluing in place, and then I'm going to take more of that ticking stripe ribbon, make a very simple bow, tie it in the center with some jute string, cut the ends dovetail style, cut the excess jute string, and hot glue it right on top. And then of course we got to add a little bit of detail. So we do have that leftover popsicle stick on the bottom. I'm going to hot glue some of this little faux fur white fabric. Again, part of that Christmas tree skirt that I got last year, and I'm just going to wrap it around. It's kind of almost look like it's snow at the bottom. And then I am going to add a few things here. We're going to add a pine cone right in the center. We're going to add a small little pick here to one side, and then on the other side, and then a little like glittery ball, and then a smaller one on the other side. And then of course we need something to hang the ornament from. We're just going to hang it right from, hot glue it on the back. What a beautiful ornament. This is a pretty good size ornament. Now, the reason why I wanted to make some oversized one is because if your tree is anything like mine, I do have pretty large trees or a pretty large Christmas tree. And if you have small ornaments like the regular size ones, they're going to get lost and you're going to need a ton of them. So having oversized ornaments is the way to go for large trees. And this little tree is perfect for it.
In my little prison shop, when the bell on the door.
For this next ornament, it's going to be another oversized one, and I'm going to take this placemat that I recently got at the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to break it apart. So you basically pull or cut like the beginning of it, and then you just start pulling, and then you have this beautiful ribbon like ribbon. And then I'm going to start hot gluing it around this wire wreath form from the Dollar Tree. This is their smaller wreath forms. However, for an ornament, as an oversized wreath, right? So I'm not going to bore you with the details on wrapping it. You basically just go around and hot glue it in place. Once it's completely wrapped, now it's time to add some embellishments. So I'm going to add some more of these picks right on top. This frosted pick I have had for like 5 years, and I'm not even exaggerating. It's not even in the best shape, but I still used it because I thought it was cute. I'm going to hot glue one on each side of the greenery. It was a little heavy because of all the extra like snow-like, so I did have to add a jute string here to tie them together because hot glue is not going to do it. I would have to have put like a ton of glue. So I'm just going to loop one end of the jute string and then tighten it really tight, and that way it's not going to go anywhere. And then I'm going to continue to I'm going to add one of these ornaments from the Dollar Tree. Now here's a little comparison. And look, this is what a normal regular size ornament is in comparison to the large oversized one we're making. Could be considered a small wreath, but again, in this case, it's meant to go on one of those larger trees, and it doesn't have to be a large tree. Mine's like a 7-foot one, which is a little bit large, but I think these large ornaments just look beautiful. Look how stunning this one is. I love that it has that red pop and all that white kind of snowy detail. I love. Here's another one that's going to be on the oversized kind of style. And we're going to take a regular size ornament from the Dollar Tree, this little bell. It's not little, but you know what I mean. And then we're going to take one of these 4-inch wreath grapevine wreaths that I get on Amazon, and I do have them on my Amazon store. And I'm going to tie it right to it, and then we're going to have the little ornament kind of hanging from the wreath. So in the center. This is how you can make any ornament look larger, is by joining them together with other things and making them larger. So if you have a tree that is larger and you need to add some larger ornaments, but you just don't want to buy the very expensive ones, just buy some inexpensive ornaments, put them together and make larger ones. You can even make it with 3 of these bells. If you put 3 of them together, tie them together, and then, add some embellishments, how cute would that be? Gorgeous. We're going to add some red and black buffalo check ribbon right on top. I made a very simple double loop bow, and then we're going to add a pine cone right in the center in between both the bow and the bell, and that's it for this one. Beautiful ornament. This is, again, one of my favorite. I just love all of them. I really do. But it's large, it's beautiful. Imagine having, let's say, 6 of these or 7 of these on your tree. Beautiful. Let me know in the comments, though, which one is your favorite or which one you'd like to recreate. If this is your first time visiting, welcome. I hope you enjoy the video, and I hope it inspires you to make your own ornaments very inexpensively. And I hope you consider joining our YouTube family. And if you are returning, thank you so much for coming back and supporting my channel. I love you guys. I'm going to have a playlist here with tons more of inspiration for you. Check it out. I'll see you later. And as always, have a blessed day. Bye.